Now I'm making the braided turban. You can use any material, but I'm using a lycra material, You can use menthylite material, you can use leather, you can use any material of your choice, but let the material be not that thick. So from this part to this place, I'm using the hair circumference of 24. Then the height I got now is 12. Then this part, because I'm making that exact design, from this part to this part, the same thing with the base, the under part. Then the height of it, I'm using 4. You can see I'm using 4.5, because when I sew this half inches, it will give me band 2 points, 3 points, sorry to say 1 point something. It won't be as 2, depending on how wide you want it. Then the length of my stripe of my I got 5 inches, depending on how big you want the braid to be. This one is wide, this one is 6 inches wide. You can make it 4, you can make it 3 inches, depending on how big you want the braid to look like. Then the height of it, which is to the base, as in, sorry to say, how big you want it to look like, how long you want it, 43 inches. This stripe now is 43 inches. I use 43 inches by 6. The width is 6, the length is 43 inches. So let's go to our sewing machine to work on it. Now we want to sew the turban. This one now is a piece of it. It's 9 inches long. Then the base, the wideness of it is 1.5 inches. Now we're going to sew it down. Now I will turn it out. After sewing now, I will turn it out like this. This is how it will look like. Now let's go to the cap. Now what I will do now is to place it at the middle, the band at the middle. You get a notch point. This is a notch point. Notch the middle of it. Then this stripe you've sewn, the 9 inches stripe, you place it at the middle like this. Please take long when placing it. You have to do it like this so that it will not sew. Then so that it will not show this line. Then you place the band on it. You place the band on it like this. Then you have to sew to the end. This is how it will look like. You turn the back. This is how it will look like. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold it to 2 equal parts. The 2 equal parts now is on 2 equal parts. Then I'm going to sew it from this edge down. So the way you are sewing your normal turban, you sew it down. So when you get to this edge, you leave like 1/2 inches for you to tuck in the inch, for you to tuck in. Leave 1/2 inches here. So let me go and sew it and get back. Well, I've sewn it now, leaving this 1/4 inch here. So the next thing you do now, you have to take your foam. This is my foam. This foam is called 1 inch foam. You can use something bigger because I want the braid to be big. That's why I have to cut 2 inches wide. This one is 2 inches wide. If you want your own to be smaller, you can cut it small. But because I want my braids to be big, that's why I cut 2 inches wide. Then you have to take your material. Remember the 6 inches long, the 6 inches wide, 43 inches long. The same thing goes to this one, 43 inches long. So I'm going to sew it. I'll show you how I'm going to sew it now. This is what we'll do. You have to place in the foam inside. You fold like this. Then take note, you have to fold these 2 edges. You have to fold these 2 edges like this. You place it in your sewing machine. Now you place it in your sewing machine. Just watch as I'm doing it. Now you'll be sewing it like this. You fold it, the 2 edges like that. The foam will be at the middle, inside. Then you'll be sewing it. You sew it till you get to the end. This is how it will look like after you sew them, the 3 of them together. So what I will do, you see this rough place, you will make sure that when you are weaving it, this thing will not show. So you you get the three together, tie them together. Now this is how it will look like, this three edge, 1 2 3. So we want to weave. You see the way we weave it now. Now you weave it like this. You see the way I'm weaving it, because I don't want that one, I want that part to be under, so I will be weaving it like this. Make sure that you are weaving it to get to the end. You don't make sure that under part should not be showing, because you don't want your work to be rough, because everything will go under the cap, it will not show. So I will weave it here, I get to the end of it. Now this is how it will look like. If you turn it now, you see the rough part, you see all of them under. Then when you look at the top, the side is neat. Yes, because all these parts will be under the turban, they will not be seeing them. But you see this side, the top is as neat as this. You are seeing it. So I'm going to place it now and sew it round. Now you see I've sewn it together. Why I achieve this one now is this. I achieve it is this. Now you, after sewing, now this excess you get, you pass it out through the hole. Make it, sorry, I've already done that before I brought it out. You put it like this, you now stitch here. Now you see what I did, the opening. Then this is the outside of it. You see what it looks like. You stitch it, then you place it like this. I will cut your heart later. Then you place it now at the dummy's head. Look at the back, the way the back look like. This way it look like. Then I will create an opening here at the back. I will create an opening so that this one can tuck in, the other one can come in and tuck in. Then let me do this. The opening now, this is what I get. So I will take this other part, I will tuck it in like this. I've tucked it in. You tuck the two parts in like this. The two parts like this, just the way you see. Then you turn it to the front. When you turn it to the front, you see the way it look like. Now I will take my needle and I will stitch. I will stitch all around. After stitching it, I will cut my excess, stitch these two parts together like this, and that is it.